Hello, heroes, and welcome back to the guild. Today we're diving into something every Ascension WoW player needs: the best add-ons and exactly how to get them. Add-ons can totally change the way you play, from leveling faster, dominating in PvP, or just cleaning up your interface. I'll walk you through my must-have picks and show you step by step how to install them so you can start playing smarter, not harder. Let's jump in. Alright, heroes, so as you can see, with no add-ons on, our UI looks kind of bleh. It's going to be very confusing, especially for healers, on how we can get heals going. We have to constantly switch our bars. We're having to do too many clicky clicks. Our bags aren't all consolidated. It's just not good. It could be better, let's be honest. It could be a lot better. And that's where add-ons come in. So I want to show you the add-ons that I use and where and how to get them. First and foremost, let's take a look at the launcher. Normally, this is what it looks like when you first load up. Boom, boom. And right there, add-ons page. Kabam. Now, we are in PTR, so one thing that I will call out is there is a mod for the PTR. It just allows you to get the HD patch for it so that everything looks more clean and crisp, especially for things like when I stream. So, the very first one that I want to call attention to is going to be ElvUI. And the fastest way to get to that is just to simply go in here and type in ELV. This will pull up ElvUI. Boom, right there. As you can see, we already have that downloaded. So I'm going to come right over here to the game. We're going to go to my add-ons page. I'm going to scroll down because it happens to be all in alphabetical order. And we're going to get ElvUI applied. Now, ElvUI will not look like this once you guys load it up. In fact, ElvUI will look like this once you load it up for the very first time and you go through its messages. Once you get to this point, you can just go into ElvUI. We can hit toggle anchors, and you can move things, change things, increase the size, whatever you want to do to it, you can do from here. You also have all of the options here to do, and once you're done and satisfied with the way you want it to be, it will always be as a profile. For me, I have a ton of profiles because I'm constantly trying to make things look better, but here you go. That is how I like mine to look pretty much every time for every character. That is going to be ElvUI. So the next add-on that I want to talk about is going to be Voodoo. We use this one for healing, and the fastest way to find that is in the search, VU, and kaboom, Voodoo right there. As you can see, we already have it downloaded as well. What Voodoo does, we come in here back over to our add-ons page, scroll down to the bottom because it's in alphabetical order, pop open Voodoo. But Voodoo gives us this nice little button here. And when we pull it up with the mini-map button, we actually have access to set where any of our spells go. Now, I've already got that done because you guys have seen the live stream with this healer. And we're able to just click and cast our heals at leisure while still being able to move around. If we have time, we can target enemies and cast damaging spells. We just overall have an easier time with Voodoo when it comes to healing. Instead of trying to worry about clicking an interface over here on the far left and then knowing what button I need to push, and it's just easy and simple click. And it allows us to heal much easier. I can set them to non-buttons, so just the mouse itself, shift-click buttons, control-click buttons, alt-click buttons, control-shift buttons, alt-control buttons, alt-shift buttons, alt-control-shift buttons. So you have a plethora. In fact, if you have controllers up to 16 buttons per, you could quite literally have a bazillion buttons to do. So keep that in mind. I can even assign things to mouse wheels up and down if I wanted to. You also have smart casts like Resurrect, Cleanse. We can actually take that off. Battle Res if we had one. Buff, things like that. Hostile, if I wanted to target things, I could do mouse key left button to do, say I want to add Sunflare. So anytime I'm looking at a hostile target and I click their icon, if I had that added here, then I would throw a Sunflare at that target every single time. Under miscellaneous, none of this is going to work because we can't apply any of the new stuff. Under keys, we could do special key bindings for it. Buffs, we don't have any because unfortunately this is not set up for the PTR. Debuffs, same thing, can't really do anything there. Panels, you can change the sizing, you can change how the bars look, the headers. You have a lot of free reign on here, what different things look like, whether or not they're good or bad, HOTS, all that fun stuff. You have all your tools here, so you can change what things look like, or I can set it to move where I can do this. I can create new panels, all that fun stuff. This just makes it to where healing is more simplified, it is easier, and if you're a real smarty pants, you can also use it to do damage and attacks without ever having to click any of these buttons down here on either your D-pad or like with my mouse on the side of it. So that is going to be Voodoo. Next, I want to talk about the damage meter that I use. And for me, I use Details. Details is probably the best add-on for this, especially for streamers. And the reason why, and I'll show you once we get that loaded up, is that it allows me to not only see... Yep, that's fine. Details doesn't just let me see the damage meter here, but I can change this to be heals. I can see when I'm getting mana restored or when I'm generating rage. I can see any CC breaks or reses that need to be done, how many deaths people took, who's casting the most D-spells, things of that nature. Under damage alone, I can see what the damage done total is, DPS, who took the most damage, who caused more friendly fire. All sorts of really neat things that we can check. Under healing, I can do healing done overall, or heals per second, or who did the most overhealing, or who took the most healing, or what enemy had the highest healing, things of that nature. So this is really cool here. But more importantly, and for streamers like myself, getting the detailed streamer action tracker, this lets you know that when I cast a heal, you guys can see it. If I cast a damaging ability, it will pop up here as well. So it's a really neat effect. That is going to be called Details. The next one I want to talk about is going to be Deadly Boss Mods. Deadly Boss Mods is a really good add-on for anybody. Whether you're a new player, a veteran player, it doesn't really matter. Deadly Boss Mods, and there's quite a lot of them, and some of these don't affect us here on the PTR, but I like to just enable all of them anyway. Because what Deadly Boss Mods will do is if we were in a dungeon or a raid and a boss is getting ready to do something, this add-on will let you know. It will tell you when to not stand in things, when to silence or dispel a boss, when to run away from the boss, how far to run away from the boss, all sorts of really cool mechanics of that nature. It really lets you do. The next one that I want to talk about is going to be our quest add-on. Our quest add-on is called PF Quest. So the fastest way to find it here is just type in PF and it will pop up. As you can see, I already have it enabled. This is the add-on that we use so that we can speed level, know where we're going, all that fun stuff. So what PF Quest does is it actually gives you this little bar. It'll start off over here. I just move it over here because that's usually where our quests are anyway. So for me, it's just simpler to see it over here. But it gives us a more consolidated, smaller area for all of our quests than taking up a huge chunk over here. On top of that, it tells you how close to percentage completion I am, how many I need of anything, all that fun stuff. And the way I have ours set up, for example, is like way down here, is I can see all the little dots of all the enemies that I can fight that will help me complete this quest, right? It also gives me these giant big icons to let me know which quest is actually active that it's looking for, as well as what that quest does. Or I can click number 2, And that's actually in a dungeon, so I can't really see that one right now because it won't exist here because it's in a dungeon. But um, it really does allow you to see more. It will also give you a little arrow if we were close enough. It would put us an arrow down here that tells us where to go and what direction to head off on. So it just makes questing a little bit faster and easier. All of the other add-ons that I use are just simplification add-ons for different things. For example, Auctionator. This is one that you guys will see me use sometimes when I'm trying to play the auction house, especially when this server goes live. We will use Auctionator quite a bit. I also use Move Anything. This one here just allows me to move icons that are on the map around a little bit easier so that I don't have to worry about it. ElvUI still allows me to do most of that without Move Anything, but this is still a good one to have. Postal is good if you're doing a lot of mail that's coming in and out and you want to see precisely what it is before you open the mail. This is a good one. Trade Skill Master, when you are trying to level any trade skills, such as leatherworking, tailoring, enchanting, blacksmithing, this just makes it a lot faster. It'll help you do destroying, crafting. It has its own auction tab as well. Yeah, I mean, this thing does a whole bunch of really cool stuff for you. And the last one that I use is just kind of I use it to use it, is Whim. I hate the fact that this is really small for me, and so if somebody whispers me or I'm in a party and somebody says something, I can't really see it because I put my damage meter over this because some of the conversations are inappropriate for stream, and I just don't want to miss important chats. So Whim, I don't have any, but Whim actually is a pop out. It's WoW Instant Messenger. So for us old timies that remember AOL's instant messaging app, it just pops out a little window here and it lets me see what everybody's saying. And then in combat, it goes away so that I'm not having to worry about it. Because if you're in combat, you shouldn't be trying to type. That is a terrible time to try and type. That's it for my Ascension WoW add-on guide. Which add-on is your favorite? Let me know in the comments because I'm always looking to test new ones. If this helped you out, drop a like, subscribe, and join me here at Hello Heroes Guild for more guides, builds, and live streams. Until next time, stay strong, heroes. Peace out.